Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back once again to Bahrain Now, your favorite local talk show with yours truly, Lara Sam'an, where we bring you the latest topics and trends going on in the country. So stay tuned, more coming up on Bahrain Now. Our first guest is Heidi Alcott, founder of Heidi Alcott Advertising Agency. Hello Heidi and welcome to our studio today.
Hello and thank you for having me.
You're most welcome. Welcome to the studio. So tell us, first of all, introduce us to HE Advertising. When did you start it?
HE Advertising was born early 2020 at the beginning of the pandemic, and it was an uncertain time for sure for everyone, but it made sense at the time because we were seeing a shift in how businesses are being run and how things have shifted online. So it made complete sense.
Everybody had to shift online.
Everyone
no matter who it was, had to shift online.
Exactly. So that was the one certain thing in the uncertain times that made sense. So it was born then.
So that's what made you guys just start. I find it's actually a good time to start since you did it it's something more challenging. That's how I look at it.
It was challenging, but at the same time, it felt like the right time to start a business that helps others excel online. So
okay, yeah.
we began with the idea that we are going to help our clients excel. So first of all, I did all of this alone, freelancing at first, and then I started a business that we could have a team and help other people learn, other people excel, and just so it was a good time.
What are the different services that you offer in that agency?
We started off with photography and videography, and then we later branched out to having social media managing, graphic design, web development, translation, anything that helps our clients excel online, we do.
Okay, amazing. So they have different choices. They can do videography, they can do photography.
Absolutely.
Especially now, social media management plays a really big role in all companies and all businesses. Everybody looks for social media management.
Massive. It's the biggest and most important and sometimes overlooked aspect of a business.
Yes, I agree. I agree completely with that. With the whole situation going on, how have you managed to keep going?
Well, it feels like it's been a series of unfortunate events, but in those series, there was a fortunate time where we saw an opportunity to adapt and to help our clients adapt in a market that was fast-paced and changing really quickly.
Very quickly, yes. So especially over these past 2 years, everything's been changing very quickly.
Yeah, so businesses, like all kinds of businesses, like the public sector, education, retail, everything made a whole shift. So we decided to up our game and to help our clients up their games using great storytelling techniques and helping them by sort of creating a visually beautiful product and service for them that they can tell a story in a way that's honest, that's authentic, and that's beautiful because you cannot ignore a good story.
That's true. I agree with that. And it's your own unique story. That's how they can look at it as well. Yeah. What skills are required in order for one to succeed at photography? Do you think angles and brightness play a very big role in this?
So photography has become a way of life by default because all of us, we communicate through images now.
Everything is through images.
Everything is imagery or moving images, video. Yeah. So you are by default a photographer, but if you want to get into the field and actually enhance your skills, the best way to do that would be to practice, and practice using any tools that you have, be it a smartphone,
a camera.
It
depends.
It depends. Anything that you get anything that you get a hold of is something that will help you because the best camera is the camera that you have access to.
Of course.
So it makes sense that you take it and you start shooting things. And I would say, and I would advise, tongue twister there, that you pick a genre that is close to your heart, a genre that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Say, for example, if you enjoy cooking, then you should cook. Then you should photograph food if you enjoy art.
I love taking photos of food. I love cooking as well, but I love
yes.
taking photos of food. Like, it's my favorite thing to take photos of, is taking photos of food.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you should pick something that brings you excitement and joy. And a good way to learn as well is to research and study the greats, study others that inspire you, study others that you admire, and that's really going to help you go a long way in the journey.
Yeah,
So
of course.
yeah.
But I agree with you completely how you were saying that you have to like take photos of stuff that you love
something
doing.
that makes you like, oh
excite
my God,
you.
yes,
Yeah,
oh, that
excites you.
picture, ooh. And the good way, so I would say it's practice, research, and imitate the greats, imitate those that
Inspire you as well.
that inspire you, and that you take that and turn it into something that's your own, something that's authentic, something that helps.
Now you saying that, it makes me like want to take more photos and
Good.
look at other people who take photos
Do
to
it.
see how they do it.
Do it.
As well, how important do you think social media is nowadays in advertising for a product?
Social media has become the lifeblood of every business. So
Yes.
if you are a business or you want to sell or market anything and you aren't on social media, you are losing out on a huge chunk of the pie.
You're
honestly.
losing out on the biggest marketing
On the
tool.
biggest
that you can
marketing
have.
tool, because social media has helped us reach a global market with a click of a button, with a fraction of the price that it would cost you to advertise, say, on traditional advertising such
Like
as
on the billboards.
billboards, newspapers, etc. So with a fraction of the price, you can reach a global market that is amazing. And I think if you're not on it, you're really losing out. So invest big, because this is the present, it's the future, and this is where it's at.
And this is where we're going to in the next 10, 15 years. It's even
We
just
are
gonna
here, and
yeah.
it's here to stay, and it's only getting bigger. So
It is bigger and faster.
bigger
as
and
well.
faster. So contact us at HE, and we'll hook you up.
Heidi, is there anything else you'd like to add before we can end the segment?
Well, I'd like to thank you for having me. It
was lovely having you.
It's been an
in the studio
honor.
today.
It's a pleasure, and I'd like to thank everyone that has supported me during this journey. I'd like to thank God, my wife, my family, my co-workers, and everyone who has been here in the part here with me on this journey. Stay safe, stay positive. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and I love you all. For those who are watching, I love you all, or listening.
Thank you for being with us in the
Thank
studio
you for
today.
having me.
Photography is an art of teleporting the past into the future. Viewers, stay tuned. We've got more coming up right here on Bahrain Now. Life is like a game of chess. To win, you have to make a move. And that's exactly what Fatma Taqi, winner of Best Bahraini Female Chess Player, has done. Hello, Fatma, and congratulations.
Hi, thank you so much.
Welcome to our studio today.
Thank you.
So, Fatma, tell us, how does it feel winning such a big award?
Well, I feel very happy and honored to be presenting Bahrain in this way.
It's an amazing achievement being the Bahraini Female Chess Winner player. How long have you been playing chess for?
Well, it's been 2 years now, and I've been playing on and off. But it first started when I went to a chess arbiter course with Chess Federation, Bahrain Chess Federation. I took a course on how to be a judge for chess.
Okay, that's how it started.
Yeah, that's how it started. And then I took an online course with the Bahrain Chess Club on how to play chess. Then I learned how to play chess.
Okay,
First,
so
I
it was
learned
a process. It was, first you did it as judging, and then you moved on to play chess.
Yeah, so to learn the rules first, and then I started
Did
playing.
you always want to learn how to play chess, like since a young age?
I always wanted to learn, but I was too busy, you can say. I was always studying. I'm such a nerd. And then I was like, when I graduated from university, why not?
Why not? Exactly. Now it's your passion, and amazing you've now won this award.
Yeah.
So many people don't quite understand the game. Can you explain to us how it goes?
Well, it's very easy. They say that chess is a word. Chess is like a war. And at first, you have to start with the white. White takes the first step, and then black takes the second step. And then you start promoting your pieces. You have to spread with your pieces. And the whole purpose of the game is trying to checkmate your opponent.
Your opponent, yeah.
So now I'm trying to checkmate the black, and then the black takes the second move, and now
So the black can only move on the black and the white can only move on the white, correct? As in the boxes?
No, you will spread everywhere,
Okay,
and it's all about strategy and tactics.
okay. There must be a lot of rules.
Yeah,
to
there
do.
are a lot of rules. Every piece has a certain name and a certain way to move.
Okay,
And you have to like, you just learn the rules, and then you will see how it is very easy. Don't worry, I'm
like I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking, okay, this is a little bit confusing.
No,
I always
no.
wondered how they move. Like I've seen chess players do it, and I see that they move. I think the king, the queen, right?
Yes,
if I'm
yes.
correct. But I always wondered, like, how do you know where to move?
This is the king,
Okay,
and this is the one you have to protect.
okay.
So you have to protect your king because he's the one who gets the checkmate.
Checkmate. Okay, okay.
And the whole game is like a war here. It's whole like a war, and you will be thinking, and you will use your whole brain cells just to.
Try to checkmate the other opponent.
So I will just do the last move. So now black took the move, and now it's white, and now it's a checkmate. This is a checkmate in 4 moves. It's called the Napoleon.
okay, and then it continues
No, I
That's
finished him. I
That's
checkmate in 4 moves.
in 4 moves.
Yes.
Okay.
This
Wow.
is the easiest checkmate. It's for beginners. You
Of
can
course,
say.
yeah, of course. It's
So-
only in 4 moves.
Yeah. So there are so many types of checkmate. There's the Scandinavian, and there's so many ways to start the game. There's the Queen Gambit.
Yes.
Yeah. There's also the Queen Gambit.
Okay, so
It's
there's
very famous.
many different ways to do a checkmate. It's like,
Yes,
okay, but
so
like you said,
many.
the first one, the beginners, is 4 moves. Okay, checkmate.
Yes.
Okay, you told us that you learned from the chess in Bahrain how to play. Who do you usually play against?
I usually play against my best friends.
Okay, they all play chess as well.
Yeah, they have to. So my best friend Safa and Ulfat, I always play against them, and we have these chess nights, like with certain people. We just invite people. Do you play chess? Come on over. Come on over.
Yeah, and you just keep going all day. I'm guessing it becomes like an adrenaline rush
Yeah.
to win everybody as well.
Sometimes we play 10 games in a row. We don't
Oh, wow.
stop. Like it's so much fun. It's so much
It's
fun.
your passion at the end of the day, so of course you get into it more and more.
Yeah.
Is there anything anyone you'd like to thank or dedicate your success to?
Yes, I would like to thank my Coach Maliha. She's the one who pushed me into going to tournaments, and I was too scared to go, but she was like, "You can do it."
You can do it, and look, and you have done it.
Thank
You should be very proud of yourself for doing that as well. Fatma, please tell us, is there anything else you'd like to add before we end the segment?
Yes, I would like to say one thing that, first of all, thank you for having me here.
Most welcome.
And I hope that we can shed more light on the game in Bahrain. Like, there are so many passionate people, there are so many talented people in chess,
Correct.
but we need more tournaments, we need more focus on the game.
Yeah, you need more things to make people come out and play.
Yes, exactly.
And hopefully maybe in the future you and your best friends may do something like this as well.
I'm trying to do some stuff, but I hope that we can do bigger stuff and we go on a global level.
Hopefully,
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you, Fatma, for being in the studio with us today.
Thank you so much.
Every chess master was once a beginner. Viewers, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Photography is the story we fail to put into words, inspired by beauty, captured with passion. Today with us in the studio, Fatma Qadir, fine art architectural photographer, second place winner of International Exposure Award. Hello Fatma, we're so proud of you and welcome to Bahrain Now.
Thank you very much.
So tell us, what inspired you to become a photographer?
Photography for me is like it was a wish to have a camera and take a photo and capture the moments since I was in the school. But at that time it was too expensive to have a camera, and
And it wasn't as accessible as it is now.
Exactly. We don't have those phone even to capture the moments. But now I suddenly decided I have to do it.
Follow your passion.
Yeah, to follow my passion, and I have to go and buy a camera and learn how to use this camera and how to,
Take beautiful shots.
Beautiful photos.
Okay, so tell us, how did you start fine architectural photography?
Architecture for me is like I was inspired when seeing any building, even in designing indoor in any house or any building.
Any interior?
Yeah, interior design. And architecture, special buildings draw my attentions a lot. So that's why I start to capture, taking shoot of architecture buildings and these things. Fine art architecture is something different. So it's taking the architecture, the building, into different perspective.
Okay.
Giving my touches, the photographer touches on the building.
Of course, because the angle you take the photo,
Yes.
the way you take the photo, you can make a building look completely different.
Different, yes.
Yeah.
So what we do in architecture photography, we study how the architect itself, he designed the building, we analyze the building, and
then you take the photos.
I take the photo. I select different angles. Then I select the best angle which gives my vision. Then I start to put my vision on that building, on that photo, to express something different. So it's a fine art architecture.
It's a complete different field from normal photography.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
It's not just taking a photo and trying to make it look beautiful at the same time.
No.
It's something like specifically you go in and find angles and you deal with, like you said, you deal with the architect himself to see the vision. I find that's very different in photography world. How do you express your win as a second place in the fine art architectural photography and international?
Well, it was not expected, first of all, because for me, as only 2 or 3 years in this field, competing with thousands of
people from around the world,
photographers around the world, and they were famous, and they are in the field for more than 10 years. Winning the second place in this, it was something very, very,
amazing and
amazing.
Achieving, of course,
yes,
of
yes.
course.
And I was the first Bahraini woman win this prize. Since they start in exposure, this competition, I'm the first Bahraini who won this prize, yes.
Which is even more amazing.
Yes.
Fine art architectural photography is a very new field in Bahrain. How do you think we can improve it, and what's your evaluation for it?
I think improving any skill by practicing, we can improve it by doing it several times.
Yeah, just keep practicing and practicing and practicing.
Practicing any field.
Practice
the
makes
same
perfect.
Thing is, same thing as the fine art architecture photography. By practicing, we can improve our skills in that. Especially in Bahrain, also we have a lot of modern buildings, nice, beautiful, designed. We can take those photos and express Bahraini buildings in different ways to show the world as well. Different ways of photography, not the just general building photo, but the way, of course, you guys take photos is more into details and angles, so it can make the buildings look more beautiful. Yes.
Yeah, so I agree with that. Do you think that taking photos of the old Bahrain as well is something we should show everybody?
Yes, sure. It's our Bahrain.
It is Bahrain.
It is Bahrain. So we have to show the old and the new buildings, and to show how the improvement in the architecture itself.
I completely, especially how we've changed from the old buildings to the new buildings. To the new buildings. Yes. Tell us, how do you plan your shoots?
By analyzing. I analyze a lot the building. For example, let's take our capital building. Maybe I went through that building 1 month. I was just driving every day.
Just going around.
Going around and looking at the area where I want to shoot. Then the second thing is the permission. I have to take permission.
Of course, so you can take photos, yeah.
That's one of the barriers that we face is the permission. We don't get a lot of permissions to take photos.
Yes, of course, because some people would tell you, why do you want to take photos? Especially that you're taking smaller details and more of the inside of the building and the angles and how they've built it. So yeah.
So what first thing, I analyze the building itself. I read about the architect if it is available. Then I take the angle. I choose the angle that I want to take the photo, then I shoot.
Is there any special equipment that you have to use for this type of photography?
Well, not special. I mean, it's we have to have a stand, tripod.
To make it a
camera,
steady
yes.
photo.
Sometimes we use filters, which reduce the lights to go inside the camera, the photo. It depends on what I want to shoot.
Okay. It depends on what you want to show the
Yes,
people. Okay,
yes.
so it's all based on that.
We normally shoot, most of my photos are taken by wide angle.
Okay, so it shows a bigger
Yes.
photo,
Yeah.
bigger photo. What can you give us some tips as a photographer, like what cameras to use, lighting, angle? What do you?
As I said, is analyzing. Read about the building that you want to to take a photo of. Analyze the building. The equipment that we need is depend on what I want to take a photo. The timing is very important. Where is the sun?
light? Yeah. Where is
Where's
it shining?
The sun?
Yeah.
Where is the shining? Do we have clouds? I like to take my photos while there are a lot of clouds.
Okay.
So summer period for me is editing period.
So you do it. You take the photos before the summer where there's so many clouds. Yeah, 'cause
during
in
the
summer we have
winter,
such light.
during the winter, I take all the photos and keep them for summer to work on them
And
editing.
edit them.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So you're the opposite of a lot of people. They want the light, they want the sun, but you're like, no, you want the
Yes,
clouds.
yeah.
Okay, okay. What are your future plans?
I want to go deeper into the fine art architecture, fine art itself, photography, because it's not only in architecture. There are different aspects or different categories in fine art.
Yeah, there's more categories. There's more
Yes.
depth into
Yeah.
it.
In landscape, fine art can be seascape.
Okay, so
all these
there's
things.
all different fields in
Yes,
fine art
fine art,
itself.
yeah.
Okay, that's amazing. Inshallah, that you follow the next passion as well.
Inshallah.
Is there any message you'd like to say before we end the segment today?
The message that I want to convey to any beginner is to read and practice. Go
Practice.
through the workshops. Find any workshop and attend the workshops. Try to learn from all these workshops and practice.
And don't
It's
be
not-
scared to fail.
Don't be scared. Exactly.
Don't be scared.
Because I failed a lot.
we all do. At the end of the day, you have to practice to get somewhere.
Exactly. So,
Thank you, Fatma. That
Thank
was
you.
very beautiful.
thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, use your camera, even if it's your phone camera. It's an opportunity to keep a moment forever. Viewers, don't go away. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached to the end of tonight's episode, and I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I did, featuring our inspiring guests. Don't forget to reach out to us through our social media accounts shown below for more information and updates. I'm Lara Sab'an. See you next week. Goodbye.